Welcome back, builders. Part two of Summer Drought is now here. And if you haven't watched part one, I would recommend you go do that. The link is down in the description. You are going to want that context before you continue on here. Where we left off, the bridges have now been built. We were starting to understand what Summer Drought actually is going to ask of you. And I want to say something about this map before we look at today's objectives. Summer Drought is going to be a lot harder than Autumn Collapse, not in a frustrating way, in a way that respects your intelligence and your patience. The terrain is going to fight you constantly. The resources are going to be tighter. The demolition decisions carry way more weight. And today, we're going to dive deep into the power grid restoration. And I promise you, some of what happens in this footage is going to look very familiar to anyone who has played this map before. So with that, let's go ahead and get into it. So welcome back. If you missed part one, go watch that first. Link is down in the description. So we did leave off with the bridges being built and Summer Drought starting to now show its teeth. Today, we are going after the gas power plant. I'm going to be honest with you. This objective taught me something about this map that Autumn Collapse never did. The first thing we want to do is wherever your heavy transport and your demolition vehicle is right now on the map, go ahead and teleport those back to your town base. So go ahead and take your demolition vehicle, load it up on the heavy transport, and we are heading to the two bridges that we did build in part one. And crossing them now with a clear objective ahead is one of those quiet roadcraft moments that I typically love. Knowing you built these and you're now going to put them into action. That infrastructure now exists, makes your life easier because you made the right calls earlier when you began doing the map. And there it is, the gas power plant. You can obviously see it off in the distance. Now, before you even think about rebuilding, look at what's in front of you. That structure cannot be saved. Summer Drought is asking the same question it's been asking since we arrived. What's worth keeping and what has to come down? And this one has to come down. This is what the Reclaim expansion is basically built around, and Summer Drought is going to use it more aggressively than what Autumn Collapse ever did. You are not just simply restoring this building, you're going to clear the grounds and something better can now stand back up. The demolition isn't the obstacle, the demolition is going to be your mission. So to rebuild the gas power plant, you are going to need 9 steel pipes and 5 concrete slabs. That's where your construction depot is going to come in and help you out big time. Go buy exactly what you need, nothing more. Summer Drought's resource economy is way tighter than Autumn Collapse, and learning not to over-purchase early is one of those things that's going to separate a clean run from a very messy one. So go ahead and load up and bring it back across the bridges. This is the roadcraft loop at its most satisfying. You demolish what you couldn't save, you clear the ground, you source the materials, and now you're going to rebuild from nothing. 9 steel pipes, 5 concrete slabs. Now here is something I want to flag because this did catch me off guard, and if you're not careful, it's going to catch you off guard too. If you've brought all of your materials and the ghost building still isn't showing up, it is not broken. The game is not glitching on you. You have to make sure you clear every single piece of rubble from the zone before the ghost building is going to appear. Every single piece. That's right. Clear the zone completely and it will now automatically stand itself up. The gas power plant comes back online and Summer Drought's going to give you one back. And guess what? It's time to go ahead and bring power back to the region. So with the gas power plant restored, let me go ahead and pull up the map. And as you can see, I'm going to show you the route that I took to connect the main power substation. And be warned, there are a ton of rocks. You're going to get stuck multiple times. So please take that into consideration. But either way, let me go ahead and show you the route. You can see here, just kind of follow here. Follow the blue line. You're going to hit a big ravine where you have to go down and back up. And eventually, you just go ahead and run straight in the main power substation. And with that, let's go ahead and get this done. So go ahead and deploy the Hollander M7 cable layer back at the town base. And this vehicle has become one of my favorites since the Reclaim expansion came out. Dedicated power restoration tooling that makes connecting substations an actual mission rather than a side task. But Summer Drought is about to remind me that nothing comes easy on this map. Our goal is going to target 3 substations that we need to connect: the main power station, power substation 2, and power substation 3. We're going to start with the main substation first, and I want you to pay attention to the terrain that's coming up because Summer Drought is about to show you exactly why this map is a completely different beast from Autumn Collapse. And here we go. Check out the ravine. Look at the terrain. We got rocks, uneven ground, the angles that make absolutely no sense for the Hollander to try and pull cable. Summer Drought doesn't give you clean routes. It's going to give you landscape and says, figure it out. I can tell you right now, this is where patience stops being optional. And here's the exact reason. Stuck. Completely stuck again. And this is the moment I want every roadcraft player to watch this to see, because Not only did it happen to me, I'm fairly certain it is going to happen to you. Don't panic. Don't rage quit. Use your crane to get yourself out. That's what it's there for. This game respects players who stay composed and punishes the ones who don't. All right, finally, we're out. Took longer than I'd like to admit, but hey, it's Summer Drought. Every meter of cable on this map is going to be well earned. What I want you to notice as we push through this section is how different this feels from Autumn Collapse. Over there, the challenge was demolition, forest density. Here, it's pure terrain, rocks, inclines, services that fight you every single time. The Reclaim expansion gave us two maps to feel completely distinct, and Summer Drought makes you earn everything through sheer stubbornness. Now, here's the tip that I can tell you that saved me significant time, and I want you to have it before you hit this same wall. When you're approaching the hill on the other side of the ravine, don't try to pull cable going up. Drive to the top first, figure out where you need to go, then pull the cable coming back down the hill. Trying to fight the incline while laying cable at the same time is going to be a huge nightmare. Go up first, come back down pulling. Trust me on this one, it is going to work. In fact, I almost rage quit because I did it the opposite way. Summer Drought is going to make you suffer for every objective, and this makes sure you feel every single win when you do complete it. Power Substation 2 and 3 are next, and fair warning, the terrain does not get any more forgiving. All right, with that, we do have the main power substation now connected, and honestly, after everything this section just threw at me, that completion moment is going to hit harder than anything I've experienced in an Autumn Collapse up to this point. Okay, let me go ahead and show you exactly what we're doing to Power Grid, because Summer Drought's layout can get confusing pretty fast if you don't have the full picture in front of you. So this is going to be the map. These are the cable routes, and once you see the logic of it, it actually is going to make complete sense. So your first cable run is going to be from the main power substation straight to the steel pipes power substation. Now, here's what I love about this objective. It's not just powering a building. So the moment that steel pipes facility comes online, it is also going to activate your mountain base. So basically, you're going to get one cable run, two unlocks. Summer Drought's going to reward efficient thinking, and this is a perfect example of the map's design doing exactly that. So what's nice is unlocking the mountain base is going to be pretty significant, because it is going to expand your operational reach into the upper section of the map considerably. So go ahead and get the steel pipes facility powered up first. The mountain base follows automatically, so you don't even have to overthink it here. So let's go ahead and go from the mountain base, and let's head back to the main power substation. And you're going to pull your next cable to power substation 2. And I say this having just survived the ravine. The run is pretty straightforward. The terrain actually is going to cooperate for once. Enjoy it while it lasts. And finally, from Power Substation 2, let's go ahead and pull cable over to Power Substation 3. This last connection is what brings power back to the majority of the region. And when those substations light up, you're going to feel it. Summer Drought has been grinding you down since you arrived. Getting the lights back on across this much of the map is the moment the whole power grid section is finally going to pay off. And just an FYI, for whatever reason, you can see here, mine is showing no power. I think it is a glitch that I've had in the map. I've tried to restart. I've done everything. I've actually pulled multiple different connections. And what you can see is I pulled another connection on this side, and it is still showing power being valid. So I don't know what happened. So just in case if you experience the same thing, all I can tell is it is a glitch with the map. So our next goal is we want to go ahead and restore the steel beam facility. It is a ghost building, and it's fairly easy to get to. So from your town base, go ahead and deploy a scout. Basically, what you can do is go down the road that you previously made in part 1, and you can actually go up and around through here, but there's a bunch of boulders that you will need to clear out. I am going to say eventually you will need to do this, but if you just want to go ahead and get this up and going, you can actually take a scout and drive right up this hill. Kind of go around, and you will go ahead and unlock the steel beams facility. Again, it is a ghost building, and when we get there, I'll let you know how many resources that we need. Now that we're back in the game, as you can tell, Summer Drought is being relatively generous with the location because it is fairly close to your town base. So let's go ahead and jump in the scout, follow the road down, simple start, and let's enjoy it. So as you already know, Summer Drought has been throwing terrain nightmares at us ever since we arrived. So a clean road right down does feel kind of nice. Stay on it, keep your eyes open. And as I stated, just behind that abandoned building, if you need be, go ahead and pull up the map. But there it is. You can obviously see the incline. And here's where a scout is going to earn its keep, because that grade would probably stop a heavy vehicle cold, but either way, the scout is going to handle it without any type of drama. This is exactly why you always want a scout in your active roster, especially on Summer Drought. So go ahead and make a left at the top, and there's your steel beam facility. Unlock it, and your ghost building now appears. Now, here's the thing, because I do want to highlight about this particular objective. You will have some options. You can head straight to the construction depot, buy exactly what you need, Clean, fast, done. Or this is what I like about Summer Drought. You can source it yourself. Go ahead and cut logs from any of the forest that you might find laying around. Demolish buildings for the concrete slabs. The map is going to give you some raw materials if you're willing to work for them. Either way gets a facility built. The choice is yours, and both approaches are going to be completely valid. So once you got your 6 logs and your 6 concrete slabs, go up that incline and into the ghost building. Steel beam facility is now back online. And notice what's happening across the map as these facilities come back. Summer Drought is actually starting to look like somewhere that could function again. That's the whole point, and that's always been the whole point. With the steel beam facility out of the way, let's go ahead and switch our attention back to the mountain base. Our objective is going to build this road right here. So the easiest way to get to it is from your mountain base, just kind of follow this road, make a right. It's going to swing you all the way around. Just keep following it. And eventually you're going to run right into the road right here. And this is going to be our tension for the next objective. So now that the mountain base is live, let's go ahead and take advantage. We're going to put it to work immediately. The nearest road objective is a short drive from the base. No need to burn any of your vehicle tokens on teleporting when it's such a short drive away. Now that you're at your objective, go ahead and take a look at the road. You're going to notice it is a very long one. In fact, one dump truck will not be able to finish the road. And this is all the more reason why I told you to go ahead and buy the mobile sand vehicle in part 1, as you are going to use it here, and it is going to save you a ton of time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it is the 605E mobile sand base, and it is perfect for this map. You will want to deploy it around the midpoint of the road, and go ahead and check your map, as you will be able to see the radius it covers for refilling your dump truck. Position it right, and it will serve the entire stretch of the road without any repositioning. So now that you do have your mobile sand base set up and deployed, you're going to realize the money you did spend on this vehicle earlier is definitely going to go ahead and start paying off right now. And while that's running, go ahead and move your bulldozer into position along with your paver and your roller. And you are going to rinse and repeat the loop until the long road gets done without wasting a single minute, segment by segment, section by section. And now that the road is done, we can go ahead and now move into our next objective, which is going to be restoring one of the communication towers. With the road now done, let's go ahead and head back to the mountain base for our final objective of the video, and that is going to be demolishing the radio tower and building it back up. So to complete this, let's go ahead and go from the mountain base. I am going to go ahead and add some markers here and just follow this beyond the tunnel. Just follow this path up and around, and you are going to run straight into the radio tower. And with that, let's go ahead and head back into the game. Last objective for part 2, the radio tower. It's sitting just beyond the wasteland tunnel near the mountain base, and we're going to finish the session strong. Deploy your heavy transport and your demolisher and get them moving. You know the drill by now. Once you go by the wasteland tunnel and the radio tower comes into view, and just like everything else Summer Drought has thrown at us, it simply can't be restored. It has to come down first. At this point in the map, that logic feels completely natural, and that's honestly a testament to how well the Reclaim expansion teaches you to think differently about recovery operations. Down it comes, 1 log, 2 concrete slabs, 2 steel beams to bring it back. Modest requirements compared to some of what we've been hauling around this map, but Summer Drought has been consistent about making you earn every single objective regardless of the material cost. You can either grab what you need from the construction depot or recycle whatever you have on hand. Both will work perfectly fine here. Get the materials back to the ghost building and watch the radio tower come back online. Communications restored, another piece of Summer Drought's infrastructure back from the dead. And with that, everyone, we are sitting at approximately 70% map completion, 70% the power grid is live, the facilities are operational, the road network is expanding, and the radio tower is back online. Summer Drought still has 30% left to give us, and I promise you part 3 is where the map's going to show everything it's building towards. The hardest objectives are still ahead, and I will see you there. And that was part 2 of Summer Drought. And I want to stop here and be honest with everybody about something. When I finished Autumn Collapse, I thought I understood what the Reclaim expansion was doing. Summer Drought absolutely proved me wrong. This map is going to ask completely different questions. It pushes different skills. The terrain alone is a whole different level of challenge. And the power grid restoration, as you saw today, the ravine, the cable lane, the stuck moments, that is Summer Drought doing exactly what it was designed to do. There is still more to come on the map. Part 3 is going to bring us to the finish line, and I'll be giving you my full honest verdict on Summer Drought versus Autumn Collapse when we get there. Because after spending this much time on both maps, I have pretty much very clear thoughts on what I think about these. If you have been enjoying the Roadcraft content, hit that subscribe button every Saturday. I am back with more, and if you've been playing Summer Drought yourself right now, drop a comment. Tell me where you got stuck, because I guarantee the ravine probably got you, and if not, hey, tell me your story anyway. As always, guys, hit F5, reset, reload. I am F5 Dad, and I'm going to see you on part 3 of Summer Drought.